Swing on to the backstretch with Movie Time out in the center of the racetrack. Sugar Beats moving up willingly along the rail in fifth, 4 lengths off the lead. Then Nameless on the outside of Shanna Golden, and 2 more to Ruler of Angels. 4.5 furlongs to go. Fantastic Dream is the target. Has a 3-length lead on Beskar. At the rail, Pour on the Coal and Movie Time are right together, and Sugar Beats inching up inside of that pair. There goes Sugar Beats now, making a mid-race move all the way up to claim second into the far turn with dead aim on Fantastic Dream. Fantastic Dream, Sugar Beats, and Beskar. Beskar in the red on the outside, Sugar Beats at the rail, and Fantastic Dream. Behind them, Nameless is racing in fourth, trying to mount a bid as Beskar, the clear-cut leader at the top of the stretch. Beskar in front. Nameless on the attack in second. Sugar Beats made that move and is now losing ground. Out in the center of the track, Pour on the Coal switches to the outside. Final furlong, Nameless on the outside, and Beskar are nose to nose. Nameless just in front. Beskar fighting bravely along the rail. Nameless or Beskar, Nameless in front, and Nameless prevails over Beskar. Fantastic Dream third, Ruler of Angels from last into fourth. Unbreakable Trust. In the gate. And they're off. Freedom's Not Free, the first one out of the gate, headed by Tamino. These two will battle it out in the opening furlong. They're followed by Unbreakable Trust, a 3-wide third. And down at the rail, it's Soul Music, Flaubert in between horses. Grinnell is next. 2 lengths in front of Mythical Real. And Newlands, who was off slowly, is 10 lengths off the pace. It's Tamino past the half-mile pole, 3/4 of a length. Freedom's Not Free in second. Flaubert in the Pink Silks third. Unbreakable Trust is fourth, 3 lengths off the lead while 3 wide. Then it's Grinnell racing on the outside of Soul Music, who has lost some ground. Newlands is at the back of the field with 1/4 mile to go. And outside of that one is Mythical Real. They turn for home. It's Tamino in front. Freedom's Not Free and neck back second. 4 clear of Unbreakable Trust. They're inside the final 1/8 of a mile. And Freedom's Not Free has wrested the lead away from Tamino, who's fighting on. But back to second, it is Freedom's Not Free, pulling away in the end to score by almost 2 lengths over Tamino's second. Unbreakable Trust and Grinnell. One more. We're in the gate. And they're off. Dolce Ghost sprints out of the gate, as does Becky's Dream. These two hook up with Ragtime Rose 2 lengths back in third. Then it's Rosalie May in fourth. Safa on the far outside, Wish They All Could Be, and over attracted 6 lengths off front running Becky's Dream, who runs past the 4.5 furlong mark, leading by a length over Dolce Ghost. At the rail, Ragtime Rose in third, followed by Wish They All Could Be, moving up willingly in fourth, and Safa fifth, 4 off the lead, 3 clear of Rosalie May and over attracted. 3 furlongs to run, Becky's Dream to catch. A length advantage on Dolce Ghost. Wish They All Could Be marching up on the outside. And Ragtime Rose now moves up as Dolce Ghost has dropped right out of it. Safa in contention, 3 lengths off the lead while wide, over attracted 6 off the leaders. Top of the stretch and Ragtime Rose takes over. Opens up 2 on Wish They All Could Be. Becky's Dream weakening. Safa on the outside is gradually grinding away at Ragtime Rose. Ragtime Rose, here's Safa. Safa on the outside, right up to Ragtime Rose. Safa with the momentum, and Safa gradually wears down Ragtime Rose to prevail. Wish They All Could Be and over attracted. In the gate. And they're off. Supersonic Blue is going out for the early lead. Toughness has speed, and Soy None is up close. Unique Power ranges up on the outside. Those four separated by less than a length and a half. Then it's General Jackson in the fifth spot, followed by Cajun Gold, who's two clear of Pop Paul. Another three to Smiling Tizzy and Springs. They've passed the half-mile pole. Supersonic Blue still the quickest by a length and a half. Soy None, Unique Power on the outside. Unique Power now takes second. Then Toughness in fourth, 4 lengths off the leader. It's another 4 to Cajun Gold, racing outside General Jackson. Then comes Springs in the blue colors. And down at the rails, Smiling Tizzy is trying to pass some horses. They pass the quarter pole, and Supersonic Blue still strong on the front end. Builds up a 3-length lead. Toughness moves into second at the rail. Soy None, Unique Power has dropped out of it. Late bid from Cajun Gold down the center of the course. It's Supersonic Blue by 3. Supersonic Blue all the way. Cajun Gold gets up for second, Soy None third, and Smiling Tizzy continued that stellar rally on the inside for fourth. Santa Ynez Stakes, sponsored by Fasig-Tipton, North America's oldest thoroughbred auction house. Fasig-Tipton. In the gate, and they're off in the Fasig-Tipton Santa Ynez Stakes. Look Forward broke out very alertly, as did Silent Law, who's up to take the lead. And inside of them, Practical Dream now claims second. Artisma is fourth, 3 lengths off the pace, 2 clear of AZ Wildcat outside of Howen. It's another couple back to Polythene Pam, and the distant trailer is Mawu, already about 20 lengths off the lead. They're heading to the half-mile pole, and it's Silent Law on the rail, leading by about a length over Practical Dream second. Look Forward in the clear past the half-mile pole, and Artisma 4 off them. Then AZ Wildcat down at the rail, 3 clear of Howen, another 2 to Polythene Pam, and the distant trailer remains Mawu. Midway on the far turn, Silent Law prominent throughout. Look Forward on the outside takes second. Widest of all is Artisma as Practical Dream comes under pressure. Then comes AZ Wildcat. They turn for home. Silent Law narrowly in front. Look Forward looming up alongside. And in the center, Artisma in with a chance too. They're inside the 8th pole. Look Forward takes the lead. Artisma continues to grind away on the outside. Look Forward and Artisma to fight it out. Look Forward, Artisma. Artisma, Look Forward, head and head for the wire. Artisma, Look Forward. Here it is. Photo finish. Look Forward was so tenacious on the front end. She and Artisma in a photo. Behind that, it was Silent Law. And then fourth was between a closing Howen and AZ Wildcat. Up next, the 8th. Started the $3 late pick 3. Post time in 23 minutes. We're in the gate. And they're off. Slight hesitation from Rough Ride. Quick one for Yuki and Sariha, both out very alertly. Here's Accelerina coming through along the inside. I'm a Joker now moves up and claims third. Omnipotent is 7 lengths off the lead. The 2 trailers, Real Fire and Rough Ride, is at the back of the field. The pace appears lively into the first turn with Accelerina showing the way by a length and Yuki in pursuit second. 3 more I'm a Joker settles well in third. It's another 4 in a strung out field to Sariha, who's 2 lengths clear of Omnipotent. The 2 trailers, Real Fire and Rough Ride, still at the back, some 15 lengths off the pace being set by Accelerina, who speeds clear to lead by almost a half dozen over Yuki, maybe more now. As I'm a Joker moves up outside of that rival. Sariha still patiently handled, 2 lengths clear of Omnipotent. The 2 trailers, Real Fire, Rough Ride has been at the back throughout. It's Accelerina still there with a 4-length lead. I'm a Joker in second, but here comes Sariha. And Sariha is just breezing up to Accelerina, who's all out and blows on by at the top of the stretch. Real Fire coming with a wide bid. Omnipotent in between horses. There's an eighth to go, and Sariha has built up a commanding 5-length lead as Real Fire moves clearly into second. Omnipotent is fighting for that spot late. It's all Sariha. Sariha jogs. Omnipotent guts up for second. Real Fire third. I'm a Joker fourth. Alsatian coming back in. And they're off. New York Dreams bobbled out of the gate. Constant Conflict is the first one out of there. Stan from Malibu has some good early foot, too. Teddy's Triumph. Little brother Joey along the inside takes third. In between those two comes Travel the Map in fifth, now up to third, only 3 lengths off the lead. Red on Sunday is widest of all, outside picking it up, and New York Dreams is next. It's another 2 back to Salsation, racing on the inside of Formidable Threat. Spiritist is trying to get through down on the inside. Novino Phobia and Running Tiger at the back. Less than 3/8 of a mile to go, and it's Stan from Malibu just in front, pressed by Constant Conflict in second. 3 more to Teddy's Triumph coming after the top pair third. 4 back to picking it up in fourth. From the back, Novino Phobia trying to get a piece of it. They are at the top of the stretch, and Stan from Malibu goes on, opens up 3. Teddy's Triumph is closing gradually after him, though, and Teddy's Triumph right up to Stan from Malibu. Stan from Malibu or Teddy's Triumph. Teddy's Triumph on the outside, wearing him down stride for stride, and Teddy's Triumph gets up under Ricky Gonzalez. A determined Stan from Malibu just missed. Behind them, between a closing Spiritist and picking it up. They're in the gate. And they're off. Fast start for Baby Whalen. Presider has good speed, too. They're joined by Belmont Bill. Brave Blend is right in the mix. And One Time Mark moves up into a good spot fourth. Mongolian Altai is next. Outside Big Juanito. Bad to the Bones is down on the inside. Just behind them, Dealer Special, 6 Magpies, and Gentleman's Club steadying at the back of the field. It will be Presider to set the pace. He leads while in hand 3/4 of a length. Baby Whalen is in second, and outside of them, it's Belmont Bill in third. Brave Blend tucks in along the inside. One Time Mark just went by him. He's making an early and 4-wide bid. Mongolian Altai 4 off the pace. Then it's Big Juanito coming to the half-mile pole. Bad to the Bones, Dealer Special outside of them. At the back of the field, Gentleman's Club is 9 or 10 lengths off the lead, just inside of 6 Magpies. It's Umberto Rispoli and Presider carving out all the fractions into the far turn. Leads it by 3/4 of a length. He's been there every step of the way. Baby Whalen is still in second. 2 more lengths. One Time Mark in the red colors third. Down at the rail, Brave Blend. Belmont Bill losing ground around the far turn. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's Presider trying to shake loose, and he opens up 3 now on Baby Whalen. Now it's 4 at the 8th pole. Coming out of the pack is Brave Blend. There's room for Bad to the Bones trying to get a piece of it. Outside of them, One Time Mark, but it's lights out for Presider. Presider overwhelms the competition and scores by 3.5. Brave Blend was a good second. Tight photo for third between Bad to the Bones and One Time Mark. Behind them, Baby Whalen. $3 pick, 327.60. Late pick 4, 8.
Sunday, January 5th was the last day that we had live racing here at Santa Anita. That was 11 days ago, but for those of us who are residents in LA County, that seems like an eternity ago. Hi, everybody. My name is Tom Quigley, VIP player concierge, also your seminar host for the next 40 minutes or so, sitting alongside Zoe Cadman, who, of course, you know and love from the simulcast team. Before I introduce Zoe, I just want to put the fires that we've had here in Los Angeles County in perspective. Of course, you know about the Lahaina Maui wildfires that occurred back in August of 2023. Those wildfires consumed 6,700 acres and destroyed 3,000 properties. 6,700 acres, 3,000 properties. The Eaton Canyon fire, which is just 6 miles away from Santa Anita in the city of Altadena, that one fire consumed 14,000 acres and destroyed 7,000 structures, twice as big as the Lahaina fire. That's not including the fire across town near Malibu and the campus of UCLA that consumed another 24,000 acres. It's impossible not to live in LA and not be affected by the fires, both emotionally, physically, financially, psychologically. All of us here at Santa Anita have know people that have been affected by the fires, and so did Zoe Cadman. Zoe, what a tough 11 days it's been since we last raced.
It seems like it's been a month.
It does. It does.
Perfectly honest. It's been a long time. Fortunately, I was not affected. I had a voluntary evacuation. I was right below the evacuation line. But I know so many people that have been affected. Ed and Kelly Gredvig and his wife as well lost their home. Mario Gutierrez lost his home. Lisa Hansen, who used to gallop horses here for Karen Headley, she lost all her gear. Numerous people, a lot of friends from off the track have lost their homes and literally have the shirt on their backs. It's a dire situation out here in Southern California. And we have to give the utmost credit to the first responders, the firemen and the firewomen who were so brave. And speaking of tragedy, you know, a lot of times triumph overcomes tragedy. And we saw that with the donation center here over the weekend in the parking lot, Santa Anita. But you jumped right into action as well, Zoe. You didn't want to just sit around and be an eyewitness to the tragedy that was unfolding. Tell us what you did as it relates to trying to take care of the horses that were stabled up in Altadena. Well, I mean, Santa Anita was going to be fine, right? Because there are so many people here. The winds, like, I don't think people have an idea of how bad the Santa Ana winds were.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to stop you right there. In England, do you have wildfires like this?
No.
Neither did I.
Fires, that's it.
Neither did I growing up in Chicago. When I saw these wildfires on TV, I never quite understood them. What's the big deal? Bring the fire department out, put the fire out. But we had hurricane force winds of 80 miles an hour. And as you just mentioned, which is why I interrupted you, the embers were going all over the place. It was impossible to control.
If I had a palm tree above my house, I'd chop the damn thing down, to be perfectly honest.
In the middle of the fire.
Yeah, it was insane. The winds were insane. My power went out about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I didn't really know what was going on. I was at home. I was just, having a nice evening. I was reading my book and I called a friend and she said, we got evacuated out of the top of Sierra Madre. That's my friend Janelle. And I said, well, what about the stables? Because she runs Altadena stables. She said, I think they're fine. The winds are going around. Well, a couple of hours later, I called her and I'm like, what now? She's like, it looks bad. I'm going up there. So I went up with her and driving up there was hellish because the fire was all around.
Smoke.
Honestly, Santa Anita was fine. It looked like there was a burning ball of fire going towards Santa Anita, but it wasn't nearly as close.
But it's scary just to see that. I mean, we saw pictures from John Sadler.
As far as evacuating horses, you also had the chance that there were tractor trailers blowing over on the freeway. Do you want to put your racehorse in a tractor trailer that might blow over when there's a good chance that you don't have to leave? So the horses here at Santa Anita were fine. The ones in Altadena were not. So there were 25 horses at Altadena Ranch. Janelle made the call to evacuate them at 1:30 in the morning.
And thankfully, there's a close-by evacuation center, the Los Angeles Equestrian Center in Burbank.
Equestrian Center has been amazing. Those horses are still there. They can get back into Altadena, but the water is no good as of now. The whole of Flint Ridge went in. Eaton Canyon Ranch, which is down in the basin, that whole thing burnt to the ground. There were 30 horses there. Thankfully, every horse got out fine. Williams Ranch burnt to the ground. All those horses got out. Zorfian Ranch. Kayla Straw, ex-jockey here, took her truck and trailer and went on her own up to Zorfian Ranch to rescue chickens, cows, sheep, goats, horses, and got them all out of there. And that place burned to the the ground. So big kudos to Kayla Starr as well. And a big kudos to everyone. I mean, the humanity of people, when we've seen the outreach here at Santa Anita, the donations, people calling from far and wide, asking if they can help, has been truly amazing. It makes me believe in two-legged people, because I much prefer four-legged people, to be perfectly honest. You can keep your two-legged friends. I'll have my four-legged friends. But the outreach has been amazing. And, you know, it's just wonderful when people can come together. Santa Anita closed down all of the races, Cal Cup Day last weekend, shut it down.
Which was the right decision.
It was the right decision, and it's been the major hub for just about everything from staging. Southern California Edison has been there, the donation drive. No more donations, by the way. They've got more donations than they can swing a stick at. So everything's been fabulous. The LA Equestrian Center was fabulous. I don't think I've ever seen as many carrots, apples, and horse treats that there were at the LA Equestrian.
And we've been talking about the tragic side of it, but also in your particular situation, you lost power, you didn't have water. A lot of people that work here at Santa Anita, if their homes didn't burn down, they were affected in terms of inconvenience for multiple days.
Yeah, I'm okay with losing power, losing water, whatever. We're the lucky ones. The unlucky ones are the ones that got out with the shirt on their back. And they're thankfully thinking that they're lucky, because they are in the bigger scheme of things. We're
the lucky ones because we have Zoe Cadman as our seminar guest today. We're going to try and forget about reality for at least the next few hours, specifically the next 30 minutes, and find out who Zoe likes on today's 10-race card. But before we do any of that, let's toss the microphone over to track announcer Frank Miramati and get the early changes on today's Thursday card here at the Great Race Place.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park. The track is fast and the turf course is firm. The rail on the turf is out 20 feet. Here are the early changes on this Thursday program. No scratches or changes in race number 1, just the blinker note. Early pick 5 starts with the opener. In the second race, scratch number 4, I'm Gonna. Number 4, I'm Gonna is out. 5, Moolah Man, make the jockey Kyle Frey waive the apprentice allowance. The corrected weight now 124 pounds. Early pick 4 starts with race 2. In the third, scratch number 7, Good Focus. Race 3, take out the 7. The fourth race offers middle pick 4 wagering. Pick 4 on races 4 through 7. No scratches or jockey changes in the fourth. The $2 pick 6 starts with race 5. Scratch number 3, Rogue Sun. Race 5, scratch number 3. In the sixth, started the $3 all-turf pick 3 and 50-cent late pick 5. Scratch number 2, Rhythm on Stage. There are no changes in the seventh, the beginning of the late pick 4. Eighth race, scratch the also eligibles. 11 and 12, the $3 late pick 3 starts with race 8. In the ninth, scratch number 6, Lil Richard's Bellow. Ninth race starts the late double. And in the 10th, which offers super high 5 wagering, scratch 1, Aurelian Man. Scratch 8, Bee Catcher. Scratch 10, Shot of Courage. Scratch 13, Eastbound. Scratch 14, So I'm Told. Scratch numbers 1, 8, 10, 13, and 14 out of race 10. Numbers 11 and 12 draw in. We do have a super high 5 carryover from the last day we raced of more than $17,000. That race is race number 10. Enjoy the return to racing at Santa Anita Park. Post time for the first in 57 minutes at 12 noon. We will race through Monday. Special holiday racing on Monday. Let's go back to Quigley's Corner to resume the seminar. His special guest today is Zoe Cadman.
Welcome back. We're talking horses with Zoe Cadman. You'll see her on the simulcast desk today for all 10 races. Zoe, let's face it, we've got a really good crew of experts. Everybody brings a little bit different piece of the pie. And Peter Lurie brings his birthday cake today. Speaking of the pie, happy birthday, Peter Lurie. When's your birthday?
My birthday is on August 26th.
So we can't celebrate it. You're at Saratoga,
yes,
I'm down at Delmar.
I'm hiding, but a big happy birthday to Pete. We'll celebrate later.
Well, let's see if we can find Pete some extra cash. Kicking things off here in race number 1, which begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. We're on the turf course. Of course, we're fast and firm today. The rails are at 20 feet. This race is at 1 1/8 for maiden special weights. We've got a field of 7. The original morning line favorite was number 4, Over the Ocean, who was 5-2, according to Jeff Siegel. But the current favorite on the board is number 5, Mysterious Husband, who's 2-1 from the Mark Glatt Barn. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Zoe, you wanted to take a couple of workouts courtesy of our friends at xbtv.com. The first workout we want to show is for number 2, Nitty from the Leonard Powell Barn. This was a workout back on December 30th on the training track. That's Nitty we're looking at right now. What do you want to show about him?
I think you'd be silly if you didn't put Nitty on any of your tickets. This was a really good work for this 4-year-old gelding by Make Believe. We've not seen him since the 1st of June last year, where he ran just evenly in a maiden special weight. But he's come back with renewed energy and a good pattern of work. So you can see the rider aboard him. Just took a few funny steps. The gap is right there. I think maybe he was looking at the gap. But I love the energy that he's showing there. The rider high in the irons, and he's just hanging on to this horse. Not the quickest time in the world, but switches leads on cue. And he's the kind of horse that is just bouncing. That is an energetic 50-1 work. I love this work. I use this horse underneath. He gets the leading rider in JJ Hernandez, and I am using him on every and any ticket I play today.
And I have a feeling the other horse you might like in race number 1, Zoe, is number 4, Over the Ocean from the Red Hot Jonathan Thomas Barn. Good to have him out here with a string of horses. He's had 8 starters so far this meet with 2 victories already. Let's take a look at Over the Ocean again, courtesy of our friends at xbtv.com. This is Over the Ocean down on the inside in this team drill on January 3rd.
That's him on the inside, correct, and that's Busy Channel on the outside, who's the son of the late, great English Channel. And Busy Channel is always just a little bit keen and a little bit excitable. You'll see Jordan down on the inside. She used to work for Graham Motion. She's out here now working for Jonathan Thomas. Not worried about the horse on the inside, just concentrating on her horse. And Over the Ocean, well in the bridle here. He's got 1 start out here in Southern California, and that was a very, very good second place finish. He was a little bit rank in that race, so I'm delighted that he managed to handle himself very nicely with the outside horse here, running past him and coming back. Jordan doing a great job of keeping this horse collected and working in a pedestrian 50-1. She could have gone a whole lot faster, but this horse did not need to go any faster. Over the Ocean is my top pick in here, along with Mysterious Husband.
Over the Ocean, ridden by Frankie Dettori. When Frankie Dettori and Jonathan Thomas team up over the last 18 months or so, they win at a 28% win clip. They certainly know how to win. And Zoe, Frankie Dettori put a heartfelt message about the Fires on Twitter. Did you happen to see Frankie at any point since we last raced on that previous Sunday?
I have not, but he has been reaching out to a lot of people here in Southern California. And let's just not forget Mario Gutierrez, one of our jockeys, 2-time Derby winner. He lost his home as well. So you really have to feel for everybody. And Frankie rides Over the Ocean for Jonathan Thomas. Delighted to have Jonathan here.
Absolutely.
Great guy, easy on the eyes.
That's what all the women tell me. I heard Michelle, you say the same thing around the first of the year. Let's turn the page, take a look at race number 2, begins the 50-cent early pick 4. 5.5 furlongs in the main track for maiden claimers. $8,000 is the claiming tag. This, of course, is a race restricted to horses that are primarily based up in Northern California. Scratch the 4, leaves us with a field of 6. Also, jockey change on the 5. Moolah Man, make the jockey Kyle Frey waive the weight allowance. Number 6, Get 'em Dusty is the 5-2 morning line favorite, trained by Steve Miotti. That's part of the story. Steve Miotti's dog named Dusty.
Absolutely, and that's something that Steve might say quite a lot. Get him, Dusty. Get him, Dusty. Steve, a great guy. You should get him on here one
I've
day.
had him before. He's excellent.
He's very sharp.
He's very sharp. He might be quiet, but believe me, there's a lot going on.
He's not quiet, trust me.
He's cagey. I like to say he's cagey.
He's very dry. I like Get him Dusty on top here for trainer Steve Miardi. This is a race that could go in so many different directions, even though there's just 6 horses. Any one of these horses can run. I like the run last out at Pleasanton. Yes, he's 0 for 13. He could actually finish second because he's got 5 second-place finishes. But I'm going to take a shot and put him on top. Underneath, I was using the 4 and Gunner. That horse is now a scratch. So I'm actually going to put Tiger Sun, the 1 out for trainer Ruby Thomas.
Race number 3, we're sprinting 6 furlongs on the main track. Scratch the 7, Good Focus. Leaves us with a field of 6. The Maury Lane favorite, number 4, Our Expectation. This is a restricted claimer, once again, for Northern California-based horses. $5,000 is the tag for horses that have either not won a race since December 10th or which have never won 4 races lifetime. 6 ways you can go here, Zoe. Which way are you going and why?
And you can go 6 ways as well. And it's good to get a gauge on how these horses look on the track.
I find it refreshing.
That I've been looking at. And if you subscribe to Formulator like we all do, you can write down. There's some horses that have come down and haven't handled it at all. Hot and washy. But you need to know if that's how they usually are.
It's like humans. When we change scenery, sometimes we get hot and washy.
Exactly. So once you have seen these horses have a run, you'll be able to figure it out. But I put the 4, Our Expectation, on top for Arnold Torres. And then I have the 3, Bobby Anton, underneath. 4, 3, 2, 5.
On a 10-race card, Sandy offers a 50-cent middle pick 4, which will begin in race number 4. And we're back on the turf course going 1 mile. For Calbred maiden special weights, we've got a field of 6. Number 4, Kanani from the Lee Baraccio barn is the 2-1 Maury Lane favorite. Number 1, Victory Matters, ridden by a jockey you might not have heard of before, William Pyle. He's visiting from your home country. Dan Blacker from your home country as well. Tell us a little bit about William.
Yeah, William's from the north of England.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He is. Well, you know, us Southerners say there ain't nothing good north of the Thames.
He's only 22 years old. Take it easy on him.
He's an apprentice in England. He claims £3 in England. Obviously, he's ridden for more than a year and he's ridden 54 winners. So he does not have an apprentice. Dan Blacker simply said he gets on with this horse really, really well. He's got really good hands. He looks tidy on a horse. He's been working this horse. And I like this horse in here. I've used him underneath. I'll be delighted to cheer on William Pyle.
And it's interesting, according to Steve Anderson at the Daily Racing Forum, who does such a great job, he profiled William Pyle. He says that Mr. Pyle is going to be here until the end of the month before returning to England. And he said that a victory on Thursday would trigger emotion. Specifically, his quote was, "If I win, you'll see tears." Sometimes a great race place can do that, even to the most accomplished jockeys. We've seen Frankie Dettori with his 6-win day. He loves riding at Santa Anita. That's why he's back for another winner.
Yeah, he loves, who doesn't love Santa Anita?
We all do. We're blessed to represent Santa Anita.
We're just lucky to be here.
Absolutely. Race number 5 begins the $2 pick 6. What a challenging sequence it is today. And we kick things off sprinting 6 furlongs on the main track for starter optional claiming types. Scratch the 3, Rogue Sun, still leaves us with a good field of 10. And number 11, Cajun Brother, drawn on the far outside for Steve Knapp, is the 8-5 Maury Lane favorite. In sharp form right now. Thumbs up or thumbs down on the favorite, Zoe?
Thumbs up. This will be the first of Pratt's wins today for trainer Steve Knapp. Comes in great form here for AC Road last time. He just never misses, basically. 10 for 32 with 4 seconds and 3 6th-place finishes. I'd love to own this 8-year-old by Cajun Breeze. I really would.
You also like number 5, Major Tom, who's 8-1 on the line. Tell us why.
Major Tom, Diego Herrera, comes in off some decent races. I thought he ran a really, really good race at Pleasanton with a 78 by a speed figure. I'm not sure people realize how hard it is to get a 78 at Pleasanton in those lesser races, but this horse surely punched his ticket in this race.
Race number 6 begins both the 50-cent late pick 5 wager as well as the $3 all turf pick 3 with a low 15% takeout. And we kick off both wagers in race number 6, sprinting 6 furlongs in the turf course. It's a starter allowance race. 1 scratch out of this race. Scratch the 2, Rhythm on Stage. Number 7, Rexford from the Phil D'Amato barn for Ricky Gonzalez, who's winning races in bunches in the saddle, is the 2-1 Maury Line favorite. Zoe, before we talk about this race, I wanted to show a workout for number 3, Blue Cheese Olive. I actually showed this workout when Steve Knapp's other horse, who we'll see in tandem working with Blue Cheese Olive, debuted as a maiden. That particular day, Berlin Wall probably should have been unsaddled as the winner. But more importantly, let's take a look together at Blue Cheese Olive down on the inside. Now, take a look at the stranglehold this exercise rider has. And this exercise rider is not the lightest rider on the backside. He's a big, big man, and he is wrestling with Blue Cheese Olive, who wants to get on with it. Berlin Wall, of course, like I said, an unraced maiden at this point, kind of looms up, but there's so many comical things to watch here. The exercise rider, again, is not letting Blue Cheese Olive let run whatsoever.
It looks like he's holding an elephant from water right there. And what I would say is he's actually not that big. Just drop your stirrups, Jock. He's standing on the saddle.
Well, he has to because he has so much horse underneath him. You'll see
way too short, and he needs to have a longer hold.
Well, see, we need you out here in the morning to critique the exercise. I actually love this work. This is one of my favorite works I've seen so far this meet, because now, although we've been commenting the entire time, now he takes a look over at Berlin Wall and says, come on, you're not really going to go by me, are you? You got no shot. And lo and behold, he doesn't have any shot without the rider asking him for 1 ounce of effort whatsoever. The gallop out, of course, is excellent as well. This Steve Knapp trainee has not been seen since March, has plenty of early speed, and Steve does actually well off the layoff, as you can see in the daily racing form. Not so well first-time turf, but I think this horse is going to be on the lead. Unfortunately, there's a lot of other early speed in the race. That's the bad news. The good news is he's 15-1 on Jeff Siegel's morning line. I like Blue Cheese Olive as my live long shot today, Zoe. That's my opinion. What's your opinion of race 6?
Do you think he'll be able to rate after that work there?
Well, you tell me. You're the former jockey. I mean, it probably will be a little tough. But the good news, Zoe, is that workout was actually back on December 11th. So we've had more than a month now for basically Steve to let Steve let the horse run a little bit in the morning.
We've also missed some training, so a lot of these horses are going to be fresh.
Now you're nitpicking, right? I want this horse on the lead. Let's put it that way. That's what I want.
I'm going Caribbean King. This will be Pratt's second winner today. Back-to-back wins last time out. He's finally figured out the level and where he wants to do. He's a horse that I know Peter Urton always had some high hopes for, and things just didn't pan out at that time. He's now 5 years old, and he seems to be putting it all together.
Fair enough. You also like number 8, Invincible from the Dean Pedersen barn. Tell us why you give him a little bit of a look.
Dr. Dean is 3 for 3.
What's wrong with that? He's one of my favorite under-the-radar trainers here in Southern California.
And he's got a really good filly, that Tapper filly that
blew
the doors off
correct.
everyone the other day.
Correct.
I can't bet against Dean right now. That's why I use him underneath. In fact, he's probably going to beat me and win.
He's a great guy. Like I said, most players around the country don't know who he is, which is a benefit to us, to those of us who do know him, because as you well know, he's been an excellent horseman for a long, long time.
Very good.
Race number 7 begins the 50-cent late pick 4. Take a look at this field. A field of 10 sprinting 5.5 furlongs on the main track for Calbred, maiden special weight, 3-year-old fillies. We've got a field of 10. Ryan Hansen's debut starter, number 10, Gold Currency, is the 3-1 Maury line favorite. If you follow pedigree, you know that number 9, Clubhouse Cutie, is a half to the Chosen Vron, also trained by Eric Krojak, who's 6-1 on the Maury line. And right inside of those two fillies is number 8, Expressive Love, another first-time starter. And that's the workout that both you and I want to take a look at, Zoe. This workout was a team drill back on January 2nd. Now, you're not going to see Expressive Love for most of this workout. The one we're looking at and focusing in right now is a daughter of Curlin, trained by Bob Baffert, by the name of Nina. Nina is actually doing it pretty easily here, going 102 and change, and really looks like she doesn't have any sort of workmate, to basically keep her company. And lo and behold, now, as they start to turn, you'll see that Expressive Love literally pops out of nowhere and engages Nina to basically, teach this unraced filly to past horses. Here she comes right now. And I actually love this workout. She's a little bit green once she passes Nina, but it's very rare that you see a workmate from another barn pass a Bob Baffert runner and leave them in their wake, which is exactly what this first-time starter is doing, Zoe. 12-1 on the morning line, again, seems to me a very fair price for, at least visually, a filly who's working well before her debut.
Listen, going 36 and 102 are two different things. Baffert's horse is working 5.8. I'm not sure how good she is. They paid $460,000 for her. She looked like she was a little lost out there on her own. Bob usually works the really fast ones on their own, so I'm kind of a little bit miffed.
They paid $10,000 for Expressive Love.
Of what's going on with Nima there, but Expressive Love, I'm going to put her on top. That was Barrios aboard her. She'll get the 5 pounds off with Serafin Carmona, and I expect her to win going 5 furlongs, and perhaps Serafin can steer her a little bit better than Barrios did there.
You're close to the Team Hansen barn. What have you heard in terms of Gold Currency's talent, who's also debuting on the outside?
I'd love to tell you I know everything, but I know nothing other than I have been watching this horse's works, and she's quick by Passion to Gold. Out of a Wilburn mare, she comes in with a good series of works. Adrian, who's been aboard her in the morning, is back aboard her in the afternoon. And those two, in my opinion, I am actually going to bet an exacta with those two because I love them both.
And you mentioned Adrian. He certainly has been very loyal, and Ryan has been loyal to him as well. Not only here during the daytime signal at San Anita, but also the nighttime signal at Los Alamitos. They're winning races in bunches over there as a tandem as well.
Oh, they're like 50% or something ridiculous. You know he's a really good singer.
I didn't know. See, these are the little tidbits we need to find out from you.
He's in a mariachi band. They made this video. He's got a really good voice.
Is it on YouTube? Can we see this somewhere?
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
So if we Google his name.
It'll pop up.
Okay.
Yeah. Adrian Escobedo, mariachi. And they'll go all over the place.
What about Jockey Karaoke in August down at Del Mar? Shouldn't he be part of that if he's got a really good voice?
Last year.
Did he? Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, interesting.
Ryan Hansen and Adrian Escobedo certainly like peanut butter and jelly, right, when it comes to the afternoon and evening time at the racetrack. Race number 8 begins the new $3 late pick 3, once again with a low 15% takeout. And we're spreading 6.5 furlongs on the flat turf course for fillies and mares, $32,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 races lifetime. Scratch the 2 also eligibles, 11 and 12, leaves us with a full field of 10. Number 9, Gem Mine, taking a drop down in class for trainer Richie Baltus is the 8-5 Maury line favorite. Give us your thoughts on race 8, Zoe.
I'm going to be a chalk-eating weasel and go here with Gem Mine, with Pratt aboard. Baltus has started off the meet just a little tepid, and I believe he wants to start winning races. Hence, this one is plunging in class today. You're getting Pratt on, even by missing a day going to Oaklawn last week. He's only one behind JJ Hernandez. So Gem Mine, for me, is the way to go here. I'll go... Where are my numbers here? 9-3.
Let's talk about Amelia Blue with Mike Smith in the saddle. He's ridden for this barn a few times with no success. Generally speaking, Zoe, not looking at Amelia Blue specifically, but just generally speaking, do you like horses cutting back on the turf course from a 2-turn route to a sprint race?
Absolutely.
And tell us why, because you're a former jockey. I'll tell you the handicapping reason why. You can tell me additional reasons, but they have a better foundation underneath them. In other words, when the horses up front have ding-donged on the lead and they're starting to get tired, this horse just thinks that he or she in this particular case, is getting involved in the race, and there's a lot farther to go than just the finish line in a sprint.
Yeah, she cuts back indeed, but her best races have been around 2 turns. She's run a mile and 8. She's run a mile. They tried her for 16 on the dirt, and she didn't run badly that day, but she's better on the grass. I love the fact that Smith rode her last time and rode her well. She just got beat by Cheekiest, and nobody was beating Cheekiest that day.
And they added blinkers to Amelia Blue 2 races back, and she certainly has improved in terms of being competitive, finishing second in both of those starts that she's added blinkers. Race number 9 begins the $5 late daily double with a 15% takeout going 1 mile on the main track for Calbred, allowance optional claiming types, non-winners of 1 other than. Scratch the 6, leaves us with a field of 8. Number 7, Speed Grazy is the 5-2 Maury line favorite. A lot of class, a lot of ability, a little bit camera shy, but Mark Glatbarn has been red hot. Talk to us about race 9, Zoe.
This is by default because I had Bello on top for 6, and that horse is now scratched. So Speed Grazy, I was a little bit concerned about this one not relaxing enough. But Kimura is back aboard here, and this horse has run well. Does like to run second, though. That was why I picked this horse second. I might have to adjust my handicapping a little bit later on, but you can't really go wrong with Glatt, can you?
No, I don't think so.
30% right now, 6 for 20. This horse is winless at Santa Anita, though, which is a big kind of glaring sign there. 0 for 9 with 4 seconds.
Let's talk about Speed Grazy since we have a minute or so from a handicapping standpoint. And one thing you don't see in the racing form is that Mark Glatt back on November 26, 2023, claimed this horse for $20,000. And take a look at how much this horse has earned just this year, $142,000. That's all gone into the owner's account. And now, of course, they risk him for $20,000, but the purse is $61,000. So they're going to get out with another $50,000. So they claim this horse for $20,000, Zoe, and they're basically going to bank $200,000. It might look like they want to lose the horse, but I'm looking at it from a different standpoint. He's now a 6-year-old. He's had plenty of races with 39 lifetime starts, and maybe more importantly, that last race that Speed Grazy exits turned out to be very, very live. JB Strikes Back came back and earned a Beyer speed figure of 91, winning the Lafitte Pink High Stakes. The third place horse, who Speed Grazy was well clear of, came back to earn a Beyer speed figure of 97. If Speed Grazy runs anything close to a 90 Beyer speed figure, which is possible today, I think he's going to leave his competitors in the dust. Very, very interesting race. I expect multiple claims to be in for number 7, Speed Grazy.
How many? Should we gamble on this?
Yeah, let's gamble. Let's make an over-under line. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And I've got a number in my mind, but I'm going to play off of whatever you say. How many claims in for speed grazing?
Well, people have had plenty of time these last 11 days
to look at everything.
At the PPs. I'm going to say 7.
I'm going to say 5, so I'll take the under.
Okay.
It's going to be. What are we playing for? As a matter of fact, it's dry January in your world, so that's no fun.
You can pay me in February.
Okay, we'll go over to the buck. We close out Thursday, and as Frankie Ramadi, our track announcer, said, we have live racing here 9 of the next 11 days. Specifically this week, we're racing today through Holiday Monday. Tomorrow's card is an 8-race card that begins at 12:30. But first things first, race number 10, as you've seen on the screen so far, the Seminar has a super high five carryover of $17,000, and it's a $1 super high five minimum wager. We close it out with $25,000 claimers going 1 mile on the turf course. A number of scratches here. Scratch the 1, 8, 10, and then 2 of the also eligibles, 13 and 14. So the runners not competing are 1, 8, 10, 13 and 14. Runners 11 and 12 will draw in and will compete. The morning line favorite number 2, Spagliito from the Vladimir Serin barn, is 5-2 on the morning line. A number of these runners, Zoe, exit the same race, which I want to show the replay for. This was back at Del Mar back on November 24th. And the one that I want you to pay attention to in this replay is number 2, Exaltation. He's going to encounter all sorts of difficulty as they turn for home with J.J. Hernandez in the saddle. So let's listen to Larry Comas describe the action for the 5th race back on November 24th at Del Mar, and pay attention to the horse wearing saddlecloth number 2.
They're off. Very slow start for Last Call London. Man Friday also a little tardy out of the gate as Seismic Spirit goes out to the front. Great King is away running in second, and then Exaltation and Low Expectations on the outside. Aurelian Man is out running in 5th, moving into that turn. Then Russell's Hustle to the outside. Saving all the ground there is Sydney Street, who's down on the rail, racing 6 lengths from the front. Moody Jim is next by 2. Evening Sun is outside of Man Friday, and after that very slow beginning, Last Call London is the trailer. 23.27 was the opening quarter mile for front-running Seismic Spirit, who leads by a length and a quarter. Low Expectations on the outside, second. Great King, third toward the rail. Russell's Hustle goes up on the outside, 4th. Aurelian Man and Exaltation right in behind them. Moody Jim is 6.5 lengths off the lead. Sydney Street is there to the inside of that one. And then a well-held Evening Sun is going up outside of horses clear of Man Friday and Last Call London. 47.6 was the half mile for Seismic Spirit, who heads for the far turn with almost 2 lengths ahead of the Low Expectations and Great King on the inside. Outside of them, Russell's Hustle moves 3 wide. And then waiting for some running room is Exaltation, who's down toward the rail in contention here. 4 lengths off the lead's got running room on the inside now. They're into the stretch. Seismic Spirit, the leader. Coming through on the inside is Exaltation, who's trapped. Didn't get through there at all. Great King now moves up, and here comes Sydney Street rolling up on the outside, and Sydney Street bursts to the front. Sydney Street's going to win it from Great King, a troubled.
So we saw Exaltation finished a very troubled third, really ran out of real estate or room at mid-stretch, certainly cost him a better placing. He's back in today. He's a 10-year-old. That was certainly a very productive race in terms of runners running in this race. You could have watched a lot of different horses, but you like the Invader from Kentucky, who we just saw work in company a little bit earlier with Niti, who's running in race 1.
I'm going with the Jonathan Thomas, Frankie Dettori angle in here, the handsome guy coming out of a start at 25 at Churchill Downs. Those races are so salty, it's not even funny. He was drawn 1 hole, didn't get away that well that day, and ran an 84 by a speed figure despite having some trouble. So I'm going busy channel. Hopefully Frankie's magic hands can relax him. I believe he's going to be a little bit forwardly placed, but my heart is with Exaltation. 10 years old. He's such a dude. He's 9 for 29. Peter Urton has just done a fabulous job of managing this horse to win 9 races, 10 seconds, 4 second-place finishes. He's just a dude. If you want to see a horse that looks like a dude, go and take a look at Exaltation.
Zoe, my heart is with you, certainly as a friend, and also for all the things you did during these tragic times. It gives a glimpse into your personality and your character. So thank you so much for being there when other people need you. It's going to be an emotional day, as I said earlier, not only today, but for a long time to come here in Southern California. So thanks so much for everything you do, and keep up the great work, and have a great day at the simulcast desk today.
Thank Thanks, TQ.
And you're gonna owe me some an adult beverage
we
in
can
February.
shake on that Heineken you're going to buy me.
One? Who said one?
February. I need a case.
Who said exactly? Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope we put a smile on your face. Have a great afternoon of racing. And keep in mind, if you want to either donate or volunteer time on Santa Anita's website, I know this is a difficult graphic to read, but you can go to the Santa Anita homepage, santanita.com, and you'll be able to see a variety of organizations that you can either donate time or money to, as we've been talking for the last 37 minutes or so. Certainly a lot of people here in Southern California need your help. As I was saying, have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Good morning and welcome to Santa Anita Park, where the track is fast and the turf course is firm. Here are the scratches and changes. The conditions are brought to you by John Deere. The first, just a blinker note, start of the early pick 5. Race 2, scratch number 4, I'm Gonna. Jockey change for 5, Moolah Man to Kyle Frey. Corrected weight, 124 pounds. Early pick 4 starts with the second. In the third, take out number 7, Good Focus. Race 3, scratch number 7. The fourth has a middle pick 4 today on races 4 through 7. Couple of blinker notes. In the fifth, start of the $2 pick 6, scratch number 3, Rogue Sun. Race 5, scratch number 3. In the sixth, $3 all-turf pick 3 starts, as does the 50-cent late pick 5. Scratch number 2, Rhythm on Stage. In the seventh race, there are no changes. In the eighth, scratch the also eligibles, 11 Leopardess and 12 Tiama. $3 late pick 3 begins with the 8th race. In the ninth, start of the $5 late double, scratch number 6, Lil Richards Bellow. Race 9, scratch number 6. And in the 10th, scratch number 1, Aurelian Man. Scratch number 8, Bee Catcher. Scratch number 10, Shot of Courage. Scratch 13, Eastbound. Scratch 14, So I'm Told. Scratch 1, 8, 10, 13, and 14. There is super high 5 wagering on the 10th and a carryover of $17,762. Enjoy your day at Santa Anita Park, where post time for the first is in 26 minutes at 12 noon. Remember, every Friday is a free Friday at Santa Anita Park, which means free admission, free parking, $3 beers, and $5 margaritas.